plaintiff's experience with your firm starts the minute they start searching. It's not just Google these days. There's AI mentions, map pack listings, etc. To be mentioned in AI bots, your website needs to be optimized for conversational queries. Don't sleep on the map pack listings. A lot of people are still searching here. Our market exclusive model ensures that your firm is showing up in your market on the map pack. That is what's getting you high value cases.
What is map pack?
Map pack is on Google when people are searching in their location and they can see the map, and so they can see listings in the area.
Okay. We don't typically market to plaintiffs. We market to attorneys. But in the past month, we had plaintiffs come to us that found us through AI. And they told us we've used AI to find plaintiff funding and it brought you up. So this is a new experience for us too, having the AI world bring people to you and having to think about what that means for the nonprofit and the marketing and the messaging and everything like that. It's really interesting.
A lot of people are not even touching Google. Tech and AI just simply cannot replace authentic human empathy. Our intake experts are trauma-informed, real human beings taking these cases and handling them with care. I know you mentioned that your team is also trauma-informed, right, Rachel?
Yep, we do an annual trauma-informed training.
Great. And another thing to really maintain that competitive advantage is relentless follow-up and getting those retainers signed quickly.
We see the same thing in our industry. A lot of companies think of plaintiff funding requests and plaintiffs as a number or a case code or an account. And I think it really loses the human piece, the human component. And so when you're handling hundreds of funding requests and hundreds of plaintiffs a day, and everyone is just referred to by their account number or their client code, you really lose sight of the fact that these are real people that are going through a really traumatic situation, a scary landscape that they've probably never been a part of the litigation landscape before. At the end of the day, when you start thinking of clients and plaintiffs as just a number or a code, you really lose sight of the service that you're actually providing.
Most legal marketing conversations stop at a signed retainer. The stretch, though, between a retainer and the actual settlement can be months or even years.
So this is the part of the litigation journey that we typically live in. It's the in-between. It's the waiting for the settlement or waiting to figure out what your case might be valued at and what you're even potentially entitled to. And it's a lot of unknown, especially for folks who are navigating this for hopefully the first time. So that's really where pre-settlement funding comes in. This time where you're injured, you might be out of work as a result of the injury, you're just dealing with a lot at once, and you might often have trouble with your expenses and your daily needs in the meantime. So you might have the promise or the prospect of a very significant settlement down the line, but how's that going to help you pay the bills today? So that's where plaintiff funding comes in. That's why plaintiff funding was created. It was designed to help folks who are in this financially stressful situation while they're pursuing justice and enabling them to commit themselves more fully to their pursuit of justice. Most of the advances that we provide are for housing. It's the person who's about to be evicted in a couple of days if they don't pay their rent or they're falling behind on their mortgage. Then second most common request is for transportation. Someone whose car broke down and they need to get to doctor's appointments, or they need to take their children to daycare so that they can go to work, etc. So it's this in-between time where you have an asset that is your lawsuit, but you don't have access to it yet. And like you said, Kelly, it could be months, it could be years before your case resolves. So what are you supposed to do in the meantime?
This is a situation where a lot of people don't realize that this is a problem until they're in it. And that's why I think it's so important just to spread the word and let people know about companies like the Milestone Foundation. Let them know that they exist.
I think it's more than 50% now of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So if something happens to you, and accidents don't discriminate, so it could happen to anyone, it's really just the luck of the draw, I think. All of us are just a couple paychecks away from having our entire lives upended. Our goal is to help alleviate a piece of it, which is this financial piece, and then allow the client to be a little more clear-minded about how they're approaching the rest of the litigation. A financially stable plaintiff is someone who, like I mentioned, whether they need plaintiff funding or not, if they're just relieved of the financial duress that they might feel while they're going through their lawsuit. If they don't have that, they're a little bit calmer. They're a little bit more patient. They're certainly going to be more patient with their attorney, because at the end of the day, a plaintiff is looking to their attorney for guidance on all of this, every angle. A plaintiff who doesn't have that stress is likely to be a better plaintiff, a better client to their attorney, and they're going to trust their attorney and let them do what they need to do to get the best resolution and the most deserving resolution for their case. So they're less likely to accept a lower settlement early out of desperation. They're more likely to be engaged throughout the life cycle of the case. And ultimately, it's a better outcome for the attorney because they're able to feel the fulfillment of giving that case 100% and letting that case run its just course and getting their client the settlement that they deserve for whatever the incident was. The attorney, if they were to choose a fair financial funder like the Milestone Foundation, the attorney knows that at the end of the day, the client is not going to owe a significant portion of their settlement back to a funding company. That's why it's important that an attorney thinks about who they're choosing as a partner, just in any part of this industry, right? It's important that they think about who they choose for a marketing partner. It's important that they think about who they're choosing for a plaintiff funding partner, because at the end of the day, that will reflect on the attorney if the client ends up being very displeased with how that pans out.
Search, intake, and retention should all be treated as one continuous client experience. A client can leave at any point, right? On the front end, TSEG delivers qualified cases to the specific firm we're working for in that market, but what happens next is just as important.
TSEG and the attorney work so hard to get that client, to get that qualified case, and it would be a shame if you were to lose that client at some point in the process. So one of the nice things about pre-settlement funding is that it gives the client and the attorney some more touch points throughout the life cycle of the litigation. So what the Milestone Foundation does is we help bridge this gap between when the case gets signed and when the settlement happens. And this is a period of a lot of unknown for plaintiffs. And so to empower your plaintiff with the opportunity to have plaintiff funding as a resource.
Yeah, we're all working together. A firm that has figured this out is implementing new SEO strategies for AI search. And we have a newsletter at TSEG that keeps you up to date with every change because it is changing constantly. And also, these firms are implementing an AI system to back real humans doing the work. They are using transparent conversion data to review what's working and what's not working and eliminate that wasted budget.
There's a few important things that you touch on. So transparency is huge. I mean, in any piece of this litigation journey, There's the emphasis on all the services, all the providers that you're choosing to partner with. One thing that we think is very important when it comes to plaintiff funding is an emphasis on transparency. A firm that has figured all of this out, I typically think of firms that are not afraid of trying new things and adapting and being agile, because if you're stuck in what you've done for so long and you have your partnerships that you've had for so long and you're never questioning what else is out there and what else could be done, what is new. Like you said, with AI, things are changing probably on a daily basis. So if you're not staying up to date, but if you're not willing to adapt and if you're not willing to be agile and make changes, then you're gonna fall behind.
Yeah, and also acknowledging their strong suits. Like, attorneys are experts in law, in litigating the cases. We are the experts in marketing, in nonprofit litigation. So really trusting us to do what we do best so you can do what you do best.
Absolutely.
First off, I would say take a close look at your intake process. Are you treating every case the same way, regardless of the case value? Every plaintiff is dealing with something and going through maybe the hardest times of their life. Like you mentioned, Rachel, they deserve to feel heard and be dealt with empathy. Second off, I would say take a look at your firm. Are you in a market where you're competing for the same few leads as your competitors down the street? Because that is a solvable problem.
I think you're right. One thing that I would say to attorneys to start doing differently, it is about looking inward on how their practice is. So I would say, look at how you approach plaintiff funding. Do you write it off altogether? Are you one of those attorneys who says, no, I hate this entire industry. I don't allow my clients to take plaintiff funding? And if you are, what does that look like for your clients who are in financial duress and need a little boost and could have that bridge funding to help them? If you're one of those attorneys who doesn't really like the industry, but you have this client, this company that you've used for years and you just use them because it's what you know and you don't really give it much thought, take a second look and find out exactly what kind of rates they're charging your clients, exactly what the terms of their agreement are, and ask yourself if that is the best partner for your firm and for your clients. So I think just reframing, asking inward what you think, how you think about plaintiff funding, why you choose the partners that you choose, and if you could be doing anything to be a little more strategic to help differentiate you and deliver a better client experience.
Well, it was great talking to you again today, Rachel.
It's always nice to chat with you too, Kelly. Thanks for having me.